Section 4 Alexa Gadgets. Hello guys, how is your smart mirror working? Did you try adding any other enhancements? If you did, do share it with us as we would be really happy to listen to your creative thoughts. Now, let us explore what are called Alexa Gadgets. In this section, we will learn the following: Introduction to Alexa Gadgets, exploring the Alexa Gadgets Toolkit, designing an Alexa gadget, exploring the sample projects, building the Alphabet Tester gadget. Video 4.1 Introduction to Alexa Gadgets. In this video, we will learn the following: What are Alexa gadgets? How do they differ from AVS devices? How gadgets interact with Alexa? What are Alexa gadgets? Here is a small question for you guys. What are gadgets? A gadget is a hardware device or an accessory that serves a particular function and makes our life or use of any other device enjoyable. A clock, lime squeezer, motors, lights, etc. All these come under the above definition. Now, can you guess what are Alexa gadgets? Alexa gadgets are part of a category of fun and delightful accessories that pair to compatible Echo devices via Bluetooth. In short, these are companion devices which act in conjunction with our Alexa with functionality that stretches beyond simple voice control. These are interactive and bring endless delight to the users. For example, you can make a gadget that will teach you piano using Alexa voice service. You can build smart toys, smart clocks, and whatnot. So, are these similar to AVS devices? Alexa gadgets are different from AVS devices. Let us know how do these differ. How do they differ from AVS devices? AVS devices are made by integrating Alexa directly into the product, whereas Alexa gadgets connect to AVS through an Alexa-compatible device like Echo over Bluetooth. The former needs a microphone and a speaker to interact with users, while the latter doesn't, as it uses Echo devices for voice interactions. Then, what is the use of Alexa gadgets? The motive of these gadgets is to enhance voice interactions. In addition to voice interactions, these gadgets perform desired actions like lip syncing with Alexa responses, displaying your timers, etc. Doesn't it sound cool? But the immediate question you might raise here is, in what way are these gadgets beneficial? I am coming to this point. What are the benefits of these gadgets? You can create a gadget that meets your capabilities using simple device components like buttons, sensors, lights, motors, etc. You can control when and how your gadget should interact with Alexa. You just need a simple Bluetooth connection to interact with Alexa Cloud. No microphones, speakers, advanced processors, and audio processing required. You can build your gadget using simple steps. You can design custom skills to interact with your gadget and create more immersive experiences. For example, think of a gadget which prompts your Alexa and notifies you when your trash can is full. Isn't this device helpful? So guys, now you tell me, aren't these gadgets beneficial? Having answered the above questions, let us know how gadgets interact with Alexa. How gadgets interact with Alexa? As I mentioned earlier, gadgets interact with Alexa through a compatible Echo device over Bluetooth. Bluetooth helps in establishing the connection. But how does the gadget exchange information with the Echo device? Give it a thought. Any guesses? Directives and events. Do you remember them? If not, please refer to the section 1 of the course. If you remember, the clients communicate with Alexa voice service using directives and events. Here, the client is our Echo device. And these directives and events are part of responses and requests between Alexa and the skill service. Confused? Let me explain. You develop a skill for Alexa. When you interact with the skill, you get a response. You also know that there is a service like Lambda function which is responsible for this response. But who makes the request to this Lambda function? There is a protocol interface that enables the communication between Alexa and your Lambda function. So, when you invoke a skill, the Alexa cloud sends a request to the Lambda function stating something has occurred. The service processes the request and sends a response stating to take some action. So, implicitly, the Alexa cloud sends an event to the service and receives a directive from the service. It then sends this to the client connected to it. The client sends this directive to the gadget connected to it. So, without these directives and events, all these communications would be impossible. The directives and events are bundled together to form interfaces. We will look into these in the following videos. It is good that we understood how the gadgets interact with Alexa. You must have understood the significance of the Echo device here by now. But is this interaction possible with all the Echo devices? If you think it is, you are mistaken. Only the following Echo devices support gadgets: Echo first and second generation, Echo Dot first, second, and third generation, Echo Dot with clock, Echo Flex, Echo Input, Echo Plus first and second generation, Echo Show first and second generation, Echo Show fifth and eighth, Echo Spot, Echo Studio. So, before building an Alexa gadget, make sure you have one of the above Echo devices. Also, the above flowchart just gives an overview of the communication flow. We will dig deeper in the next video. In this video, we have learned the following. What are Alexa gadgets? How do they differ from AVS devices? How gadgets interact with Alexa? In the next video, we will explore the Alexa Gadgets Toolkit.